My people, finally, the cry of Biafrans and the cry of all Christians living in Nigeria has gotten to the ear of Donald Trump, the president of US. So, as it is now, the US president, he has now come out openly to designate Nigeria as a particular group, as a particular concerns, due to the issue of these Fulani men and the terrorists, the Islamism and the Islamic movement, that is things that is happening in Nigeria, the way they are buying the Christians in Nigeria. So he is not taking it easy to the government. He's not. So the way he come out now to speak is a sign to show everybody that he is well concerned of what is happening in Nigeria. He is aware of what is going on in Nigeria, and as it is now, he said a lot of things in this video. So I would like you to watch the video to the end. Don't skip any part of it, because this lady explained the whole thing concerning what Donald Trump is saying, and the way forward, and the things he has already placed on ground are concerning the buying of Christians in Nigeria. Because every day the Christian is being buy, but the government, they will do as if they don't know what is happening. So when people talk about it, the person that talk about it will be in trouble. And once they come into their live stream media, like their main channels and the other channels, that is government channel or government TV, they will paint everything as if everything is working well in the country, but not knowing that things is not working the way it's supposed to be. But what is there is that finally the cry of the Christians and the cry of other people, that this buying of Christian is affecting, it has finally get to the table and to the ear of Donald Trump. So as you're about to watch, you try to like, subscribe and share it to go around for others to finally see what is really going on in Nigeria.
When Christians is slaughtered like is happening in Nigeria, something must be done. Donald Trump speak out. November 1st, 2025. According to a report by Daily Post on Friday, October 31st, 2025, US President Donald Trump has once again designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, citing allegations of severe violence against Christians. The remarks followed Vice President Kashim Shettima's expression of support for Gaza during the recent United Nations General Assembly, a stance that reportedly drew criticism from some pro-Christian organizations in the United States. Several international figures, including a Vatican cardinal, have dismissed the allegations, emphasizing that both Christians and Muslims in Nigeria are affected by widespread insecurity. In a social media statement, Trump emphasized the severity of the situation, claiming that radical extremist groups are responsible for widespread killings of Christians in the country. He said, "When Christians, or any such group, is slaughtered like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide, something must be done." He called on the US Congress to take immediate action and tasked lawmakers with reviewing the situation and reporting back. Trump stated that the United States cannot remain silent while such violence occurs in Nigeria and other nations, and reaffirmed the country's readiness to protect Christian communities worldwide.
That is a very nice move. We are happy that the way Donald Trump is going concerning what is really going on in Nigeria is a very nice move. At least it will reduce this buying of Christians and this ransacking a village, a full village, chasing people away from their village and turning their village into another camp. So it will finally come to an end. So I would like you to watch the video where this our Biafran activist explain a lot of things that is still going on in Nigeria, and also the issue of Musa. So just sit by and watch. and don't go anywhere.
Shoot at the enemy. When your life is at stake and you have no other means of protecting yourself, you are allowed to fire. When your colleague's life is at stake and there's no way you can stop, you are allowed to fire. And when the community or any infrastructure you are protecting is being destroyed and you have no other means of stopping them, you are allowed to fire. So
to be outside performing burial every day, and they expect us to silence. Now it's an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre, there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria, and look at it today. Is there any Muslim here? United Nations, I know you're watching me. American Senate, you are watching what I'm doing, I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump, now, please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are killing Christians in Nigeria, massacre Christians. If they say they kill Muslims, Muslims are being killed. By who? By Muslims.
Virginia Congressman Riley Moore joins us now. Congressman, you're urging Secretary of State Rubio to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Okay. What do you really want Trump to do about this?
Well, what we want is for the killings to stop, and it's a systematic campaign of persecution by Islamic terrorist organizations, not just Boko Haram, but IS West Africa, and also this Fulani tribe that lives in that middle band that has been just discriminately targeting Christians and killing them. You saw the numbers that you just put up there. I mean, they are absolutely horrific. Making this a country of particular concern will limit and restrict their security assistance programs with the United States. So we have been training and equipping the Nigerians in the hope that they were going to stop Boko Haram and eliminate them from Nigeria. Well, that's not happening. And I think there is a question of there is collusion in between the current Islamic government in Nigeria and these terrorist organizations that are killing Christians en masse. So what we want is for President Trump to put that designation back into place.
Well, what I don't understand is why there's not more publicity in the United States for what's going on in Nigeria. When you're killing thousands of Christians because they are Christians and they're being killed by Islamic terrorists, I think that's major news here, and I can't understand why it's not.
And it absolutely should be. Just this year alone, Stuart, we've had 7,000 Christians murdered. That's 35 a day are killed in Nigeria just for professing their faith in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We cannot allow this to continue. We cannot.
Every time the North will say Nigeria is indefeasible. Okay, make Nigeria stable and peaceful. They refuse. If it is Christians that are doing this and they are doing in the North, will he still say what he said? They would have been shouting Araba, Araba, Araba like they did the first time. The North should not think that we are fools. So every time they speak as if they want one Nigeria or they love Nigeria. If you love Nigeria, is it not Northerners that went outside there to bring terrorists into Nigeria? No, tell me. Was it mention one Christian? Even in Namdeka did not do that. Yeah, they are talking they want one Nigeria. What you can see deceit. The Sultan knows exactly the cause of this insecurity. He knows where it's coming from. He knows the people that profess a particular religion that are behind it. Yet they will not even interrogate it or call a meeting for it. Every time Nigeria is a lie. Is a lie. Whether they like it, if we didn't do, maybe our children will think better. That's the truth. This thing must not continue. The way these people act and behave is so annoying and so provocative. The other one, an Islamic clergy, at a sheikh at that height came out in the open and told the whole world that God told him to kill Tinubu's wife because she's an infidel. The first lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Somebody from your religion said it because of religious sentiment, and you are telling me Nigeria is Nigeria. You are talking to yourself, the Sultan. I won't agree with you because you people have used this religion to intimidate everybody since time immemorial. Everything you people do is all about religion. If it's not, if it doesn't favor him, no. I remember when they want to hold this Nigeria in Abuja. This time, because of religion, they took it to Calabar. Is that Christians? Do they behave like that? They don't even bother with you whenever they want to do something. They don't do it without caring. Is that not enough for people to say, look, we are leaving you people. Since you like violence, stay with your violence. We are going. Every time Nigeria is a lie. One day they will realize that you are not fools over here. I'm not joking. Because look at it yourself. How can you claim you love Nigeria?
We are absolutely out of time. We are absolutely out of time.
Into Nigeria.
Introducing to the military. They say enough is enough. And again, we're looking at the killing of Christians. Even most of the time, the way Boko Haram uses drone to kill most of this military is uncalled for. They said enough is enough, and most of them said they rather go to their fatherland and fight for their freedom. What's your take as regards?
Anybody that is thinking of that direction should go back and check out how we got to that point. And of course, it's a good thing to say, it's a good thing to think. You should pull away completely from Nigeria and completely in all the engagements because of the supposed sabotage, of the Igbo presence in Nigeria, the Igbophobia thing that is going on in all ramifications within all the sectors of the economy and within major institutions currently now. These are one of the tribes that led to the struggle for independence in Nigeria, where they are being thoroughly and deliberately, sidelined. I listened to Ned Nwoko, recently, where he made it very clearly, that the marginalization of the Igbo people is intentional. That's Ned Nwoko. You can go. I'm not the one saying it. You can go and verify and find out yourself. And these are the things that triggered, continuous disengagement of the youth in anything that has to do with Nigeria, and they feel better off, that the only hope that can restore their lost, honor is to go back to where they come from, and going back to where they come from is returning and embracing the sovereignty of the people's nation, Biafra. So let me just give you why they are not going to be involved in anything that has to do with Nigerian military being recruited or getting involved in Nigerian military. Remember, unfortunately, Nigeria came with a big one, a lie. Thank God for social media now. We are breaking their jinx gradually. This conventional media that has killed 6 million Igbos as a result of familiarized lies. Let me just put it that way. Some quoted lies. Just to make sure that a certain aim is being, a certain interest is being represented. So they said it was an Igbo queue, you can remember, but then when you ask them, they will tell you that the Igbos dominated the military, the police, or whatever, the institutions, or whatever at that time. No, we are no longer dominating anything, and that's the reason why the Hausas are saying currently now that if Igbos were in the military, that wouldn't have been Fulani, Herdsmen, Boko Haram, ISIS, Wulu, Al-Qaeda, name them, whatever you call, they can name them as many as you can name them. But that's the fact. So there's no how you were able to get to that point and begin to think, because it's just like a pot of soup without salt. It can never be tasteful. Igbos are resilient people. They are Republicans in nature, and they are daring and they're courageous. You can see what is happening in Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is just a replica of what an average Igbo man is, both spiritually and otherwise. So joining the Nigerian military, for me, I don't think that the Igbos want to do that because Nigeria have rejected them and they can never reject themselves.
The Nigerian military are saying there are no forms, and why are the Igbo youth?
It's not going to be functional. Nigerian military is not going to be functional in that capacity of confrontational with the enemies, because it requires grace, it requires divinity, it requires honor, it requires critical, intelligent thinking, IQ, hypersonic reasoning, before you be able to engage a head-headed enemy like Boko Haram and the rest of them, right inside of Fulani Herdsmen, right inside your domain. So the Igbos have that capacity, have that mentality, have that bravery. You can see people that engage almost the whole world in only 5 years of genocidal. You know what I mean by genocidal war? And you can go to the dictionary and understand what genocide it means. What genocide is, a compromised intention to wipe away an ethnic, nationality in one way or the other. See, let me tell you, compromised intention. What I mean by compromised intention? So, genocide is carried out intentionally. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So there was a calculated intention to wipe away the Igbo tribe. Like other tribes in the world, I can begin to mention to you now. There are tribes that have existed in this part of the world. There are no more. For example, there's this story of a woman that appeared in New York some time ago that came from Terenza. You can remember the story. Terenza existed in Nigeria, but the tribe is no more in the world. Sorry, but the tribe is no more. That's the message. So because that it was, fanatically impossible, the Igbos become the first black Africans to start invasion. They start inventing many things. They say necessity is the mother of invention. They invented a lot of things. The first time in the history of a black man, to invent, weapons of warfare without a white man's input. An Igbo man was able to achieve that. But unfortunately, instead of developing on that, the black man, the same black people, they killed it. So it is better at this point in time, because I do not see anything Nigerians want to offer Igbo man or a Yoruba man or an Hausa man that they cannot offer themselves. So what is the basis of this unity? And that's why the youth are saying, no, let me die in honor than to die a coward. I can give you an instance, right there in the Bible, very clearly. It is better for me to die in the presence of God, a sinner, than to die in the presence of Satan, a righteous person. That's the meaning of that. Christopher Musa must understand that. Bola Ahmed Tinubu understand it very clearly. That the continued dismantling of this Fulani military, years of dominance, must be achieved without any reservation. That is the clear picture. Bola Ahmed Tinubu must understand that. I can tell you the number of people that have died as a result of this issue till date, and it needs to stop.
Oh yes, that is it. Everyone have said what is really the main issue on ground. So this issue of Trump designating Nigeria as a particular concern is something that is affecting the government, because they don't want to hear such kind of something, but it is something that is happening in your country. So they believe that they are the owner of Nigeria, the Islam, the Muslim. They believe that once you talk, they will say you talk against their God, you blaspheme. Any little thing, they will say you blaspheme. The next thing, it is to be looking a way to buy you. So all those things, it is something that everybody needs to look into. Once you come to the government, they will do as if everything they are saying it is truth, because all of them that is in power, they are part of the Islamic movement, and they are the part of people that is calling all those terrorists to be invading communities, villages, and the churches. So that is why once they do anything, they will keep silent. But they look at this, the way Donald Trump have rising up against it. So now many of them in government start talking anyhow, to the extent that Sultan of Sokoto start claiming that jihadis is a way of to strive, not to kill. So all those things is just matter of just talk. I would say a way to talk, a talk that have no meaning. So I would like to hear your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and share it to go around. Let everyone see things really happening in Nigeria. And thank you for watching.